So, ain't born today, excuse the state of me, Sunday, it's very hot and I've no aircon, woke up. So, absolute beginner dance. We're going to start with a vine to the right, except we're going to end it with a flick, okay? So that's going to go side and behind, side and flick. If you can indeed flick your own ankle, you're more than welcome to at that point with a flick, okay? Then we're going to do a step to the left and flick the right. Again, if you can slap your own ankle, that's the time to do it. And one more to the right, right and flick. Okay, we're going to repeat all of that going to the left. So side, behind, side, flick, step, flick, step, flick. Okay? Halfway through the dance already. Cool? So from the beginning, that goes side, behind, side, flick, step, flick, step, flick. Side, behind, side, flick, step, flick, step, flick. From there, we're going to do another grapevine, but this one's going to have a quarter of a turn in it. So you're going to go side, behind, turn, step forward. Into a rocking chair, rock forward and back. Into two pivot quarter turns. So step forward on your right, pivot a quarter on your right, pivot a quarter. And we're going to finish off with a jazz box, step across, step back to side together. End of routine, no tags, no restarts. Okay, so that last little section, after we've done the vines and flicks, you've got side, behind, turn, step forward, rock and back and pivot quarter, jazz box. Okay, put all of that together. Starting with that right foot, you've got side, behind, side, flick, step, flick, step, flick. Side, behind, side, flick, step, flick, step, flick. Side, behind, turn, forward and back. Pivot quarter, jazz box. Okay, so you may have noticed everything is on straight counts, which is why I'm not doing the counts, because it would just be me counting 1 to 8 4 times. Which you can do, but it's a little bit boring. So let's do the side wall, okay? Starting with your right foot, you've got side, behind, side, flick, step, flick, step, flick. Side, behind, side, flick, step, flick, step, flick. Side, behind, turn, step, rock and back. Pivot turn, and jazz box. Okay? Let's do 2 walls and then we'll try it to some music. Are we ready? On your right, we're going side, behind, side, flick, step, flick, step, flick. Side, behind, side, flick, step, flick, step, flick. Side, behind, turn, step, rock and back. Pivot turn, and jazz box. Side, behind, side, flick, step, flick, step, flick. Side, behind, side, flick, step, flick, step, flick. Side, behind, turn, step, rock and back. Pivot quarter, jazz box. Okay, hope you enjoy that. There are ways to jazz this up, shall we say. So that would be the absolute beginner dance. Nice and easy, nothing too complicated, we hope. Okay, there are ways though that you can jazz it up if you're a more advanced dancer and you want to make it a tad more intense for yourselves. Okay, you can roll the grapevines if you want to with the flicks, before the flicks even. You can hop the flicks. You may or may not know, I don't leave the floor unless I have to. I'm sure you understand what a hop is, but you can definitely get more of a bend and flick into it. It does turn it a bit more aerobic if you do that, I will grant you. You can also roll the vine that does the quarter of a turn. So you can roll that vine before you step forward. Instead of the rocking chair, you can do 2 pivot turns, a half a turn each, if you want to. And then the pivot quarter and the jazz box fairly much stay as they are. If you want to put something else in there, go for your life. Okay? Just as long as the beginner dance stays, the absolute beginner dance stays as the absolute beginner, you can embellish as much as you like, as long as you stay basically going in the same direction so you don't confuse other dancers around you. Hope that helps.